Hello everyone, and welcome to what I hope is going to be a very quick and concise tutorial. I am not one for tutorials normally, I have never really made one, but I wish to teach you how to make a me or any other transparent PNG image into a PNGTuber avatar for your own needs. But specifically we're talking about me's today, so first of all, what I want you to do is boot up Google, your best friend in the whole wide universe, and type me creator. That will take you to the Me Studio, Nintendo's official Me Studio. If you are not already logged in, it will ask you to log in, I am sure. But what you can then do is make a fairly robust me. All you're going to want to do after you've created your me to be the expression of your true self is make 4 different versions of this me. We're going to go with Default Andy over here because we're doing a tutorial. And maybe some people look like Default Andy over here. So, to be fair, I kind of do. So, the first thing you want is an image of him with his eyes open and his mouth shut. And you can save that image as Default Andy1. That's what we'll do. The next thing you're going to want is the same thing, but with his mouth open. That will be Default Andy2. The next one you're going to want, if you remember what his mouth looked like before, is you're going to go back to his eyes and you're going to shut those eyes. He doesn't want to see you. This is Default Andy 3. And finally, sometimes he doesn't want to see you, but he does want to talk about things. That's Default Andy's 4. That's his prerogative. So now we have 4 images. You're going to want to download a program called VideoTube Mini. That's what this is. It will have like a green screen background. That's something we're going to adjust in a minute. But it comes with one of 4 default avatars. If you want to be these, you can. However, if you would like to be a me instead, what you're going to want to do is change all of these. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to change this image to Default Andy 1. That's our closed mouth. As you can see, it's broken. Default Andy 2, there, as you can see, it's all coming together. And then what we want Andy to be able to do is blink. That helps. So now we've got Default Andy 3 and Default Andy 4, which means he occasionally blinks when he is talking. So he looks very realistic. He's kind of hopping up and down as he talks a little bit. That's up to him. You can actually adjust this. There are various things you can adjust. So you can make him hop around a lot more while you're talking if you want. You can also adjust like the amount of microphone volume you need to make him open his mouth. Now the next thing you're going to want to do is, first of all, you're probably going to want to save this. So we will save this as Default Andy. I'm not sure why the sock puppet showed up for a second then. I'm sure it's nothing. Anyway, then what you're going to want to do to integrate it into your stream, I use Streamlabs, so we will be using Streamlabs, but you can probably apply this knowledge to whichever streaming software you are using. So, we go to Streamlabs, and if we're recording our native screen here, or we can do it if we're capturing a specific window or whatever, we want to add a new source. And this new source is going to be a window capture, and it's going to be called Default Andy Capture. This is where Default Andy lives now. What you then want to do is go to the source, right-click it, go to Filters, go to Edit Filters, go to Add Filter, go to Color Key, and then set it to filter out the color black. The reason we choose black is because if it's green, you get kind of a green border around your character no matter what you set these settings to. And yes, this is me having to re-record this because I didn't account for the fact that the first time I recorded this, all you could see was the black screen that I was telling you to get rid of. I will say this Default Andy I've just made is not very expressive because of the options I've chosen. He probably looks better, but I would, if I were you, drag him down to the corner, and then he looks like a little PNGTuber, and you are pretty much ready to go. I will show you instead the one I have. I think it's a little more expressive. Hang on. So here's my one. I think he's a little bit more expressive because I've actually designed him, and I really like him as kind of like an expression of my true me self. So that pretty much wraps up the tutorial. I will say there is one issue I run into. Sometimes it freezes, and I'm not sure why. It's never frozen midstream for me so far. It's always just like I've got to make sure it's working as I boot up the stream. I've tried messing with program priorities, but it's still doing it. So that might be one thing you need to keep an eye out for, but besides that, it should work fine. And it doesn't have to be a me. You just need 4 images. If you want to do it for like Bitmoji or something, just 4 images that are transparent, that contain the eyes open and the 2 mouth styles, and the eyes closed and the 2 mouth styles, and there you have it. So I hope this was helpful. And if you have no artistic resources available to you and no money to commission a PNGTube, this might be a fun alternative. That being said, do consider commissioning artists if you are able to do so, because they are some jolly good people who would love the work. I have just noticed that my nostril is a little transparent. I assume changing the background to a dark grey and matching that with the chroma key will probably fix this. Anyway, thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope I helped. If you would like to see an altogether different kind of content from me, I sometimes play video games, I sometimes react to media and books and all that good stuff on the channel. Go have a look if you like. Otherwise, thanks for stopping by, and I will see you in something entirely different.